Trump breaking news today. Trump gets even tougher under Letitia James' watchful eye. By asking for the examination of specific papers, Letitia James has increased the pressure on Donald Trump in his civil fraud case. Despite the conclusion of the trial and the discovery process, the New York Attorney General argued in a letter sent to Judge Arthur Engoron on April 9 that documents held by Allen Weisselberg, a former executive in the Republicans' real estate empire, should be examined for potential fraud. Weisselberg has since claimed that he committed perjury during the case, after Engoron's ruling that the likely Republican presidential candidate for 2024 was required to pay over $454 million in fines and interest for artificially inflating the worth of his properties to secure better terms from lenders and insurers. Trump posted a $175 million bond in March. Along with Trump, Weisselberg, and former Trump Organization senior VP Jeff McConney, the decision also forbade them from holding the positions of officer or director in any New York corporation for a period of 3 years. A fine of $1.1 million was also imposed on Weisselberg. After Trump's legal team claimed that paying the full penalty would be a practical impossibility, a New York appellate judge cut his bond amount to $175 million. Trump has decided to file an appeal in an effort to get feedback. Newsweek has emailed both the New York AG's office and a Trump spokesman. Weisselberg entered a guilty plea on 2 counts of perjury in March, admitting that he had misled when he stated he didn't know anything about the threefold valuation of Trump's Manhattan penthouse on financial records. There was an error in the listing for the triplex apartment's square footage. It is actually closer to 11,000 square feet. Weisselberg abruptly interrupted his testimony after Forbes magazine questioned the claims and said it had emails demonstrating that he had sought to convince the publication that the triplex was larger than it actually was. A 5-month prison term is likely in store for him when his sentencing takes place on April 10. The admission to perjury by Weisselberg should be grounds to reassess the records, according to the letter from James' office. Any conduct that might undermine the integrity of its proceedings would be subject to the inherent power of the court, the letter stated. During this action's discovery and trial, Mr. Weisselberg admittedly perjured himself. The court has full jurisdiction to decide whether the defendants and their attorneys enabled that perjury by the suppression of damaging evidence, the statement went on to say. The letter stated that the court has the jurisdiction to ensure the integrity of its own procedures and that her authority extends to the potential failure to properly submit documents in a judicial proceeding that pertains to the valuation of Mr. Trump's triplex. On the other hand, the insurance company that posted Trump's $175 million bond could not have its financial backing confirmed, thus the court rejected the bond papers. Trump and Knight Specialty Insurance have until April 15 to provide their financial support for the bond. According to the court, if they don't, James can start the process of taking Trump's assets and enforcing his will.